It's time to once again collectively point at the WrestleMania sign and get ourselves hyped up for our version of the Super Bowl, our Grammys, our Oscars, our MTV Music Video Awards. This is our MTV Music Video Award. This is the VMAs.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, it is. It's the VMAs. All right. It's WrestleMania week, and you know by now how jam-packed this show gets for this weekend. This is why I decided to get dressed up in my fancy clothes, because it is now a tradition of mine to do predictions on the two biggest night event of wrestling. This year, we could possibly see a storyline finally come to a sweet or bitter end, because I'm done hearing about finishing stories. Aren't you? Aren't you done about, let's gotta finish the story?
Yes, very much so.
I'm done. Or have
Let's
us
just
tune
get
in
back.
next night on. What's that?
Let's just get to it.
Let's
You
get
know.
to it. I'm done. Or have us tune in the next night on Raw like they did last year and hope for the best. We could possibly see the ending of Mommy's reign. I hope not. Or continue the winning streak laid out by Bianca Belair. We could finally see a young man get revenge on his father and put his mark and have his own WrestleMania moment. We could see all of this in the span of 2 nights, as well as the return of a special character designed by an immortal fiend. And if you haven't yet watched the Bray Wyatt Immortal documentary, I say you go and do that now and bring some Kleenex with you. Oh boy. You haven't seen it, right?
No.
Oh. Next.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to need it. And if you don't know yet, alongside with me is my co-host for the evening. I did tell her to dress fancy again this year. She didn't. Again, I feel like I'm the only one dressing fancy when nobody's going to see us. It's okay. I get it.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
I'm dressing fancy, y'all. Y'all can't see it, but I am. This is a big moment for me. This is the WrestleMania 40 event after the 10,000 downloads. I'm having a party. You're all invited. So this year, WrestleMania is emanating from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Lincoln Financial Field. We are still keeping the tradition of having it 2 nights instead of one big night. This will be the second WrestleMania to be held in both the city of Philadelphia and state of Pennsylvania after WrestleMania 15 in 1999. Lovely. And the first WrestleMania held after the company was sold to Endeavor. The sale was finalized in September 2023, with WWE and Endeavor's other subsidiary Ultimate Fighting Championship merging to become divisions of a new entity called TKO Group Holdings. This subsequently marks the first WrestleMania under the TKO banner, and with WWE not under McMahon family control. This will also be the final WrestleMania event to live stream on the standalone WWE network that is still available in most countries outside the United States. As beginning in January 2025, the service in those countries will shut down, with WWE content moving to Netflix. I am so excited. We're going to see some Lucha Underground stuff.
I hope so.
We're going to see
I'm excited for that stuff.
some movie stuff. We're going to see some 2020 stuff. Well, 2021, possibly around there. The official theme song for the event is Gasoline by The Weeknd, which marks the 5th consecutive year that a Weeknd song has been used for WrestleMania. WrestleMania 39 was Less Than Zero, 38 was Sacrifice, 37 was Save Your Tears, 36 was Blinding Light. At this point, The Weeknd works for WWE. Let's just be real. As part of the WrestleMania festivities, WWE will be holding a number of events throughout the week. WWE Hall of Famer The Undertaker will present his Dead Man show on Thursday, April 4th at the Fillmore, Philadelphia, beginning the same day and running through April 8th at the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania Convention Center in Philadelphia. There will be a fan convention called WWE World at WrestleMania in partnership with Fanatics Event, which takes over the Access whole thing that happened years ago. It was called WrestleMania Access. It was like a whole week, 5-day event. In partnership with Fanatics Events, the 5-day event includes interview panel sessions with WWE wrestlers at WWE 2K24 gaming tournament. Just bought that today. I can't wait to play it. Live podcast recordings, meet and greet with wrestlers at a large merchandise store with various memorabilia honoring WrestleMania 40's history. WWE World replaced the WrestleMania Fan Access event that had been held at each year's WrestleMania prior to WrestleMania 36 in 2020. WWE commentator Pat McAfee will host a live edition of his eponymous ESPN afternoon show at WWE World on Friday, April 5th. However, the night before WrestleMania 40 on April 5th, WWE will kick off WrestleMania weekend with a special WrestleMania edition of Friday Night SmackDown featuring the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Immediately after SmackDown, the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony will commence, which we will discuss in just a few. The afternoon of WrestleMania Saturday, WWE's NXT brand will hold its annual WrestleMania Week event, Stand and Deliver. WrestleMania Week will conclude with the post-WrestleMania edition of Monday Night Raw on April 8th. These events will be held live at the nearby Wells Fargo Center. I'm hyped. Can't wait. What are you looking forward to?
WrestleMania 1 and 2, night 1 and 2. So, yes. I do want to watch Stand and Deliver, but it's like, you know what? I think it's just gonna be stressful to watch it because I'm in anticipation of WrestleMania. So I think I might wait on that.
Yeah, that's true. Philadelphia is not only hosting WrestleMania, people from all over the world will come to watch, and they usually stay at hotels and enjoy the scenery a week in advance. So local wrestling promotions take advantage of that and host their shows that exact week. So for the second year in a row, I give you the itinerary. We did this last year. It was fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
It all starts Monday, April 1st, but by the time y'all hear this, it'll be all over with. So let me tell you what's going on Wednesday, April 3rd. Wednesday, April 3rd, Labor of Love and Sean Henderson present Wrestle John, 5 p.m. Attic Brewing Company, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Thursday, April 4th, Defy Wrestling Can't Deny It, 11 a.m. The Auditorium Bands Landing Caterers, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Game Changer Wrestling, Josh Barnett's Plus Sports X at 4 p.m. This has been announced since like a month now. The Auditorium of Penn's Landing Caterers, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. One night 4-woman blood sport tournament featuring Janai Kai, Lady Frost, Marina Shafir, one of the 4 horsewomen of MMA, Lindsay Snow, Fuminari A versus Takuya Nomura, Timothy Thatcher versus Axel Tischer, and that's where Timothy Thatcher's at now. Matt Mikowski versus Akira, Nick Nemeth versus Mike Bailey, Josh Barnett versus Johnny Bloodsport, Minoru Suzuki versus Royce Isaacs, Eric Hammer versus Lou Nixon, and Shayna Baszler versus Mash Slamovich. Basically, WWE versus TNA at this moment right here. Our favorite indie promotion, the Micromania Tour in Micromania Philly, short of 6 p.m. at the Xfinity Live, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, scheduled to appear at this small venue. 25 Cent, Mascarita Sagrada, Mini Johnny Depp, Mini Johnny Depp. I'm just like, okay, bring out the mini Jack Sparrow, bring out the mini Edward Scissorhands. All right, mini Johnny Depp, Chica Chicana, Lil Homie, and Lil Chola in Pennsylvania. Okay. Friday, April 5th, Battleground Championship Wrestling, a tribute to the Extreme 2, 7:30 p.m. 2300 Arena, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All the ECW people from the past. Tajiri versus Super Crazy, Tuco Scorpion versus Juventud Guerrera, Al Snow versus Shane Douglas with Francine. Ooh. Queen of Extreme, Francine. By the way, I have to say that whole thing because it's trademark. Queen of Extreme, Francine. Team 3D, also another thing that's trademark is the Dudley Boys. So can't say it. Bully Ray, Devon Dudley versus Satoshi Onita, and partner was choosing a street fight. The Baldies, they're back. Tony DeVito, HC Lock, and Angel versus Pitbull Revolution. Pitbull, Gary Wolf, Strax, Jerry Penders, and Alec Odin. Mystery guest special referee Bill Alfonso versus Joe Gertner. One of those people have enough teeth. Masato Tanaka versus Rhino. I can't believe Masato Tanaka's still alive after all those head shots to the head in the past, in the 90s. Man, as I figured he'd be having the most ECT, whatever it's called, concussion
CTE.
stuff. CTEs.
CTE, yeah.
FBI, Little Guido, and Tommy Rich. Little Guido versus the Samoan Gangsta Party, Samu and Lance Anoa'i. Samu and Lance Anoa'i. You know, the bloodline.
You know, come on.
The other guys from the bloodline. Danny Doring versus Crowbar. Crowbar is still around. Jason Knight versus Alvin with Missy Hyatt. Missy Hyatt is still around. Wow. You seen her?
No.
Hey. Scheduled to appear also is the Blue Meanie. Saturday, April 6th, NXT Stand and Deliver, 11 a.m. Central, Wells Fargo Center, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. NXT Championship, Ilya Dragunov versus Tony D'Angelo. NXT Tag Team Championship, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus teams to be determined. I don't know. I haven't watched it. Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes, the only one I'm looking forward to. NXT Women's Championship, Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez. That one too, maybe. NXT North American Championship, Oba Femi versus Dijak versus Josh Briggs. Don't know who those people are. Haven't watched NXT in a while. Sorry.
Movies and feelings. Pop, pop. Bring Your Own Popcorn is a podcast that dives into people and the movies who love them. Let us preach to your choir or stoke your ire as we spiral down memory lane with cult classics, Jurassics, and other genres that rhyme with traffic. What we lack in education, we make up for with comedy, compassion, and camaraderie. I'm your host, Mixtape Majesty, inviting you to join me and an assortment of wonderful guests on fine podcast apps everywhere. Bring your own popcorn.
All right, let's talk about this year's WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Who are you most excited for?
You know, I got to go with, Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman, yes.
Yeah, because I remember watching him in the 90s as Paulie Dangerously, and I thought he was such a jerk back then, and he still is.
He still is.
But I must say, his promo skills are amazing. He cuts promos. He knows how to talk. From what I hear and seen, he's a great businessman, and he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. So yes. That's amazing. And I knew before they said it on Monday or Friday, whenever they said it, that Roman was going to be inducting him.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw when it came out that he was that Paul was going to the Hall of Fame, I saw a story that said Roman Reigns was going to induct him. So I was like, oh, of course, that would be like, you know, that's like number one. Why would you think anybody else would? And then
Anybody from ECW?
I think, well, true, but they were saying, you know, that then that story disappeared. You know, so I think it was leaked. And so I was like, okay. And then, you know, Roman has been on different, you know, podcasts or, you know, shows, and he's always said, I don't know who's going to be inducting him, but whoever does needs to know about this, this, and this. You know, he's just saying it's an important that how he's been, you know, a person that is important to this business. You know, he started, you know, from the bottom, and now look at him. So he's like, you know, it's just not anybody can induct him. It has to be a special person, you know. And then they said that he was gonna induct him. So I was like, I already knew that. But I think it's awesome, you know. I think it's real good. And then I'm interested to see. I know this is going to be a spoiler for you, but then I don't know if you follow The Rock on social media, but he said he's inducting his grandmother into the Hall of Fame. So I'm interested to see how she was a promoter.
Oh, of course. That's the first one on the list right here. The posthumous inductee, one of them, Leah Maivia, one of wrestling's first female promoters, ran Polynesian Pro Wrestling (PPW), a territory of the National Wrestling Alliance in Hawaii, in the mid-1980s. Her promotion ran a show called Polynesian Pacific Pro Wrestling on the Financial News Network. We talked most about this last year during episode rewatch of Young Rock. So, like, yeah, I get why he would induct her this year. Like, we saw mostly about it. We also saw the whole thing where, hey, Roman versus Rock was teased on that show as well. So everything from that point on is canon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, everything from the Rock show, from the Young Rock, is canon. Even though you don't believe it, it's canon. I'm calling it right now. Like, they planted the seeds of Roman versus Rock back there to go into this year. I was like, oh, nope, don't want to see it.
No.
Cody versus Roman. We know you did that back then, but we don't want to see it. Like, all right, fine. But yeah, Leah Maivia, everything that she's done on that show, like, I feel like it's real, and like she produced a big event out in Hawaii, which had, like, I talked about on the show. It had Roddy Piper, like basically all the 80s superstars, 80s wrestlers from back then. What's his face? The Rock's father, Rocky Johnson, and his tag team partner, and like everybody was there. And like even after that, the whole thing with The Rock and falling out with Vince, it was all there. Okay. So the whole thing with Leah, I get it. Like, yeah, go ahead, do it. I'm not surprised. Like, they've been talking about it for so long that, like, all right, finally, Leah Maivia gets on there. And not because The Rock has some pull now. Like, no, she deserves it. Yeah, we get it. I get it. Like, why? It's like, you guys haven't been freaking paying attention. You guys haven't been watching. She deserves it, of course. She helped.
Now it looks like I need to watch Young Rock.
Put it on your list. Put it on your list. It's a great show. And then come back on the podcast and listen to like some of the episodes that we do on here about it, and we discuss it, Michael, myself, and we break it down. We like talk about the Easter eggs. We talk about there was a episode where they mentioned the NWA, what actor is portraying that part I even talked to the actor that was playing Sting. I messaged him on Instagram. I told him he did such a great job. He said thank you. Yeah. So these are all awesome characters. Like, you guys would love it. Like, anyone that, even if you're a non-wrestling fan, you would love it. It is such a freaking awesome show. I gave you the tidbits. I gave you the play-by-play, even the wrestling stuff, even the stuff that the Attitude Era. There's a moment where some guy is trying to sabotage young Rocky back in the Attitude Era, and nobody knows who this guy is. He's just known as Chad. Up until I'm looking around and like getting information from all these other people, it's like, hey, who's Chad? Who do you think Chad is? Who do you think Chad is? It goes by to where like the timeline is Chad is probably Shawn Michaels, and he's like, because he's not there anymore, and there's a brace on his leg. His move is the street chin music.
Oh.
So they give you like hints as to who it might have been. Like, Chad is friends with this guy. I was like, hey, what's going on, sport? You know, like, all that stuff. And it just basically people just basically told me it was like Shawn Michaels. I'm like, all right, cool. And now I'm watching this whole episode again and seeing it from a different perspective. So yeah, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. Just go for it. Enjoy it.
Okay.
So next on the list, some of these people I don't even know about. Thunderbolt Patterson, who will be inducted by Scott Spears, a fixture in various NWA territories from the 1960s through 1980s, recognized as having won championships across North America. The U.S. Express, the two-time WWF Tag Team Champions, Championship Wrestling from Florida, NWA United States Tag Team Championship Florida version 4 times. Pro Wrestling Illustrated ranked them number 48 of the top 100 tag teams of the PWI years within 2003. They were WWF Tag Team Champion 2 times. Barry Windham is a 2-time inductee, previously inducted in 2012 as a member of the Four Horsemen. Mike Rotunda, also known as Erwin R. Shyster, or Lawrence Rotunda. He's a 3-time NWA World Television Champion, Mid-Atlantic version. 1-time NWA World Tag Team Champion, Mid-Atlantic version. Without Barry, he's been 3-time WWF Tag Team Champion and 1994 Slammy Award winner for Sweatiest.
That's gross.
Yeah. They did some gross stuff back then. He would sweat so much.
I know.
Bull Nakano is a Japanese retired professional wrestler and professional golfer, better known as Bull Nakano. She began competing in All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling as a teenager. As a wrestler, she was a villain who often teamed with her mentor, Matsumoto. In Japan, she held several of AJW singles and tag team championships. After being phased out by the company in the early 90s, she traveled to North America, where she first competed in Mexico's Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre, becoming its first world women's champion. In 1994, she made her way to the WWF, where she had feuded with Alundra Blaze over the WWF Women's Championship. My favorite feud from the Women's Championship back then. Alundra Blaze versus Bull Nakano. All those German suplexes felt real. I felt them. Like, damn. They broke. After holding the title once, she also competed in World Championship Wrestling. Again, she faced Alundra Blaze in WCW. They came back. They redid it again. They're like, let's go. Let's bring it back. Due to injuries, Bull Nakano retired from professional wrestling in 1997. In 1998, Nakano began competing as a professional golfer, and in 2006, she joined a tour with the Ladies Professional Golf Association. He was inducted into the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame in 2001. On January 8, 2012, Nakano produced her own professional wrestling event titled Empress, which saw her recreate her most famous matches with her old opponents. The event ended with Nakano's official retirement ceremony, though she had not been an active wrestler for several years. Again, Medusa, Alundra Blaze versus Nakano. Oh my God. Other titles: All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling AJW Championship 1 time, AJW Junior Championship 1 time, All Pacific Championship 1 time, WWE World Single Championship 1 time, World Tag Team Championship 3 times with Dump Matsumoto, Condor Saito, and Grizzly Iwamoto. 1983 Rookie of the Year Decision Tournament. She won the Japan Grand Prix in 1988. Tag League the Best with Dump Matsumoto and AJW Hall of Fame in 1998. In the CMLL Women's Championship 1 time. She's the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame, class of 2001. She won the WWF Women's Championship 1 time, a Slammy Award for 1 time for most devastating in 1994. The German suplexes were devastating. Another posthumous inductee, the greatest boxer that ever lived. The greatest boxer that ever lived, Muhammad Ali, who will be inducted by Lonnie Ali. Greatest boxer. Born Cassius Clay Jr. was an American professional boxer and activist nicknamed the Greatest. I told you. It's not just me who's calling him the greatest. He is the greatest. He is regarded as one of the most significant sports figures of the 20th century and is often regarded as the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. Yes. Greatest. More than Mike Tyson. More than anybody right now. The greatest. I don't care. He's my Michael Jordan. He's your LeBron James. He is him. He's there. He held the Ring Magazine heavyweight title from 1964 to 1970. He was the undisputed champion from 1974 to 1978, and the WBA and Ring heavyweight champion from 1978 to 1979. He never lost that belt. He was stripped from it. He didn't want to go to war. There you go. In 1999, he was named Sportsman of the Century by Sports Illustrated and the Sports Personality of the Century by BBC. He's had 61 fights throughout his career with a record of 56 wins and 5 losses. 3-time World Heavyweight Boxing Champion, Olympic gold medalist, competed in War of the Worlds against Antonio Inoki, a match dubbed by WWE as MMA's first big fight. A special guest referee at WrestleMania 1 main event. He was a guest of honor in the Collision in Korea event. And finally, our favorite manager. We're talking about greatest.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're talking about greatest.
Yeah.
Perhaps the greatest manager ever. I'm saying like he's my top 3. Paul Heyman, Jim Cornette, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Former manager and commentator for the American Wrestling Association and World Championship Wrestling, owner and operator of the former Extreme Championship Wrestling promotion, which was founded in Philadelphia. Former on-screen manager, general manager of WWE SmackDown brand, also that was ECW for those that don't know. Former commentator for Monday Night Raw, manager of Brock Lesnar, Big Show, CM Punk, Rob Van Dam, Kurt Angle, Steve Austin, Rick Rude, Arn Anderson, Cesaro, Curtis Axel, I don't remember that. Ryback, when was this? When was he a manager of Ryback?
That was before my time.
He is oh God. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline stable.
You have to remember, there was about a 20-year gap.
Within that 20-year gap, there was a Ryback thing going on, and I didn't even know about it. He holds the record for most world champions managed at 6. He Inside the Ropes magazine, Manager of the Year 2020, Pro Wrestling Illustrated Faction of the Year 2022 with the Bloodline, Manager of the Year in 1992. Probably the Dangerous Alliance, I want to say. 1992. Yes. The Hall of Fame class of 2024, year-end award 1 time, Best on the Mic in 2018, Wrestling Observer Newsletter Feud of the Year in 2023 as part of the Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He was the best color commentator in 1991 in the LCW. Best Booker 1994 to 1997 ECW, of course, and 2002 SmackDown. Best on Interviews 2013 to 2014. Was he Brock Lesnar or CM Punk? CM Punk had left. Brock Lesnar. Best non-wrestler, 2001, 2002, 2004, 2012 to 2014, 2018, 2019, 2021, 2022. Jeez Louise. Best non-wrestler of the decade, 2010s. Best on interviews of the decade, 2010s. Most disgusting promotional tactic, angle with CM Punk exploiting Jerry Lawler's real-life heart attack, playing footage of him near death.
Wow.
What? Yeah, 2012.
That is, yeah.
When the whole Jerry Lawler heart attack happened on live, and damn, what an
Wow.
asshole.
Yeah, that's low. That is low.
Third newsletter Hall of Fame class of 2005. There's more. Heyman's work as a promoter and booker has been praised by many wrestling fellows and critics. Former ECW World Heavyweight Champion Raven called him the most creative genius the business has ever seen. Raven's description of Heyman as a genius was echoed by Taz and Jim Cornette. Heyman is widely regarded as one of the greatest orators in professional wrestling history. Heyman's skills were praised by his former broadcast partner Jim Ross, who stated, "He was a really good antagonist because sometimes the best antagonists are the villains that say things that you know are true, but you just don't want to hear them." Heyman had the ability to tell his version of the truth. He was plausible. He just wasn't a heel getting himself over. He got a talent over and did a great job. Good. Man. I can't wait. It's like, as soon as he comes out, ECW all around.
Yeah.
And that's Friday night.
Hi everyone, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Dawn.
And if you've ever watched a TV show and thought to yourself, oh my god, that season finale plot twist was absolutely bonkers.
Or seen a movie and thought, wow, I need to talk to somebody about this train wreck immediately.
Then we think you'll fit right in with our podcast, I Hate It, Let's Watch It. We watch TV shows like Riverdale and Emily in Paris.
And movies like Deep Water, Killer Sofa, Rubber, and Deadly Illusions. And we give them the total rinsing they deserve.
It's basically group therapy for movie masochists. So come check us out wherever you stream podcasts.
That was Friday. What's going to happen after SmackDown? The WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. All right, let's go with night one of WrestleMania. Jeez Louise.
It's going to be a long show, man.
Yeah. Night one, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, singles match for the Women's World Championship. Didn't say much about these two. I mean, they're like, okay, sure, why not? As a result of both the men's and women's Royal Rumble match winners choosing to challenge for SmackDown's respective men's and women's World Championship at WrestleMania 40, the challengers for Raw's respective men's and women's World Championship at the event were decided by Elimination Chamber matches at Elimination Chamber Perth. Raw's Becky Lynch won the women's eponymous match to face Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. I don't want to see. Yeah, it's too early. I don't want to see Becky. I don't want to see Becky Lynch for the belt.
Nope.
Nope.
You know, it's
Ripley.
mommy all the way. Yep.
Mommy's coming through. Like, why take it away from her now?
You know, if they did, I would say it's probably they were going to start the demise of Judgment Day.
Oh, no, not that.
Yeah. You see the little cracks that are happening, unfortunately. I hope it's not true. Because I actually like Judgment Day as a faction. I think they're pretty spot on. They're really good heels.
Right. Speaking of which, I'll get to it when we get to that part.
Okay.
So yeah, Rhea Ripley, right? I mean,
Yep.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes my favorite: Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship. After several wrestlers declared their intentions to challenge Gunther for Raw's Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 40, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce announced that a gauntlet match would be held on the March 11th episode of Raw, with the winner facing Gunther for the title of WrestleMania. The gauntlet match was won by Sami Zayn. Sammy's gonna bleed. His chest gonna be.
It's gonna be red.
Oh my God, Sammy, are you sure? What did Sammy do to piss people off? Why? Ugh. Like these are easy matches to like predict. Of course, Gunther.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna count how many slaps Gunther is hitting poor Sammy. Man, that's a lot of pain in there. I mean, Sammy last year won the WWE Tag Team titles. This year, he's all like, I'm gonna die." So yeah, hopefully, like I don't see it. I don't see anything here. Gunther has this in the bag.
Yeah.
Gunther, yeah. All right.
Yep. Gunther.
Weird.
I mean, I like I like this matchup. Because I like Sammy, I like Gunther because they are both really good athletes. But I don't see Sammy winning. I think they want to keep Gunther as the longest reigning, Intercontinental Champion. He hasn't even had it a year yet. That's what's so mind blowing to me.
You said.
I think no, not. Oh no, excuse me. You're right. 2 years. I think they're going to go for the 2-year mark.
We're gonna go for 2 years. All right.
Yeah.
I love a good underdog story. I just like not at the expense of Sammy.
Yeah.
Maybe what's his face from Alpha Academy?
Chad Gable. Yeah.
Like maybe him. Yeah, I can see like a good underdog story there. I can just totally see it and make him the next Kurt Angle. But Sami Zayn, like, yeah, how many times are going to give him the underdog story? He did it last year. He did it against Roman. It's the same storyline over and over again. It's like, I can do it. And you're dead again. All right, so we're picking Gunther.
Yeah.
Next match, 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. A new addendum here. The match ends after both titles of the Undisputed Championship, the Raw and SmackDown tag titles, have been retrieved. On the March 11th episode of Raw, General Manager Adam Pearce and SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis announced that at WrestleMania 40, the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest will defend the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship in a 6-pack tag team ladder match. Qualifying matches for the 5 vacant spots, 3 teams for Raw, 2 teams from SmackDown, occurred over the subsequent episodes of Raw and SmackDown. The 3 teams from Raw were determined what qualifier matches on the March 18th episode of Raw, which were won by DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, or Regeneration X, The Awesome Truth, Miz and R-Truth, and The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. 2 teams from SmackDown were determined by 2 tournament brackets, which were won by A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, and New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. All faces in this match. On the March 29th episode of SmackDown.
Where?
All faces. You got DIY, Truth, Awesome and Truth, The New Day, and New Catch Republic.
Yeah. But A-Town Down, they're heels.
Yeah.
Down Under. So.
A-Town Down and Judgment Day are the only heels in there.
Yeah.
On April 1st, the match was confirmed for Night 1. It was also clarified that both sets of titles under the Undisputed Championship, the Raw and SmackDown tag titles, had to be retrieved for the match to end. So even if Judgment Day wins one of the belts, they're still there until the other belts are down. So they can still retrieve the other belts as well.
Yes.
Or we could see a new tag team.
Yeah. They could be splitting the titles.
They're splitting the titles, but we could also see a new tag team. I mean, a new, possibly the same tag team getting those belts also.
True. Yep, they're probably going to put all 4 belts up there,
2 belts first and then the other 2 belts. That's why it's going to take so long. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods again as tag team champions. Oh, damn. That's like... Or I could finally see Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Next match is but I also love how Austin Theory and Johnny Gargano are in the same match and they're fighting each other.
I know.
When 2 years ago they were on the way,
Right.
in the way.
But remember when Johnny Gargano came to the main roster, he sucker punched Austin Theory.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Like, all right, cool. Let's see this. Now let's see the match.
So
Match. Okay, go. Oh yeah, you did it. Go.
So
Music.
I think they are going to split the titles.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. So I think it's going to be DIY because I love Tommaso Ciampa, and I hate to say it, the A-Town Down Under.
Ew.
For SmackDown. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think that's what they're going to do. Because they keep pushing those two.
Because whoever wins the blue belt, they go to SmackDown.
Right.
So, what if Awesome Truth win?
I don't know.
Okay.
So who do you say?
Judgment Day wins one belt.
Okay.
One set of belt, which is Raw. Wait, where is? Yeah, everybody stays on Raw.
Right.
Awesome Truth win the next belt. I'm gonna go with Awesome Truth or New Day. New Day are good on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
They're always gonna be good on SmackDown. Awesome Truth and Miz and R-Truth on SmackDown because they're gonna be. They got the tag teams over there: A-Town Down, New Catch Republic, New Day. Or do it with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. I don't know. It's like I'm split between New Day and Awesome Truth. So we'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
Oh, brother versus brother. Bret Hart versus Owen Hart.
I know.
Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. Who else? There's been a lot of family.
Did the Dudley Boys ever fight each other?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Except for Spike Dudley, they kicked the run out of the family. They beat his ass because they're a little brother.
Sure.
Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Prior to the summer of 2023, the Usos were a unit of their family stable, the Bloodline, on SmackDown. However, due to manipulations of its leader, Roman Reigns, the Usos left the group, which eventually led to a Bloodline Civil War tag team match at Money in the Bank against Reigns and Solo Sikoa, in which the Usos won. Jey then faced Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam that August, but Jimmy interfered and cost his brother the match. On the following SmackDown, Jimmy explained that he cost Jey the match to keep him from gaining power and becoming corrupt like Reigns. Jey subsequently attacked Jimmy and quit WWE, but was later reinstated as a member of the Raw roster. Despite being on different shows, Jimmy, who rejoined the Bloodline, would often appear on Raw and attack Jey or cost him matches. The two would also face off in the Men's Royal Rumble match in January 2024 as the first two entrants. I love that. Jimmy then cost Jey a match for the Intercontinental Championship of the following month. On the March 11th episode of Raw, fed up with his brother's actions, Jey challenged Jimmy to a match at WrestleMania 40, which Jimmy accepted on that week's SmackDown. I don't know. Jey? Main event Jey, of course. Jimmy is just like, he's there for the fun of it. He's there to have fun.
I think so too. Because he's not. They haven't pushed him as a singles wrestler. You know, he's better as a tag team. So he has a tag team wrestler. So yeah, gotta go with Jey Uso.
Yeah, because during the pandemic, Jey was having like his own.
Because Jimmy was hurt.
Jimmy was hurt. He took this serious. So even when his match against Roman, Jimmy came out, I was like, no, man, don't do it. Like he's a laugh of the family.
He's the one who threw in the towel.
Yeah. So now, like, Jay got this. I'm not gonna say Jimmy because then it's gonna be upsetting when he doesn't win.
But what do you think of what happened on Friday?
Which is
what's going to happen on Friday. It's Jay versus Solo.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get Solo involved in this somewhere.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know it. So it's by order of the tribal chief. It's Jay versus Solo because Solo is supposed to take out Jay, so he doesn't make it to WrestleMania to fight Jimmy.
Cinematic.
Yeah.
Cinematic. What inning is this? Where are we?
We're in the 7th inning. No.
Are we in the 7th inning now?
It's
almost over.
I don't know.
What are we gonna get when this whole thing is over with?
I don't know.
We're just gonna be fucking bored. We're gonna miss these people. We're gonna miss Roman. We're gonna miss Jimmy and Jay, Solo, and I guess The Rock. But why? What the hell? Like, this is so cinematic.
And
7th inning, almost over.
they said that, Jay said that would be his dream to fight his brother.
He did.
And now they're making it happen. I just want to know where Rikishi's going to be.
Oh my
God.
God.
He's got to come here because it's his sons. 3 of his sons are fighting each other,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Pretty
I know it's going to be awesome though. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. 6-woman tag team match concurrent to their feud with Bayley. Damage Control, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and Asuka, and Kairi Sane were also feuding with Naomi and Bianca Belair. On the March 29 episode of SmackDown following Belair's win over Kai, Damage Control, and engaged in a beatdown of Belair and Naomi. Jade Cargill, who was making her debut as an official roster member of the brand that night, made the save after weeks of teasing a feud with the faction. Later, it was announced that Cargill, Naomi, and Belair would face Damage Control in a 6-woman tag team match at WrestleMania 40. Jade Cargill looks like Storm.
She does.
Like, the way they presented her, the way they did that,
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing. And I'm like, they're going to have a joke where they say she just weathered the storm.
Mm-hmm.
I know it.
Well,
she just weathered it.
They already said the storm is coming.
The storm is coming.
And then she said,
weathered the storm.
The storm is here. Yep.
Yeah. I love that. As soon as they call her Storm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on X-Men 97, they took out Storm's powers.
Did they really?
Really? You're gonna do that, Darren? Yeah, they did. I'm telling you, this freaking X-Men 97, I love it. I'm watching it again. I'm like, oh my god, what? This can't be.
That makes no sense.
Oh, it makes
anyway. Well, no, I mean the taking away her powers.
Oh, you'll see.
Okay.
You gotta watch it also.
This is a lot of TV I gotta watch.
Cinematic. Okay, so who we obviously the youngest choice here.
Bianca, Jade, and Naomi for the win.
Yeah, for the win.
Because we've been waiting for this lady to come.
We've been waiting for Jade Cargill to show up.
Yeah.
Here she is. You're not gonna let her lose on her first freaking
Of course
WrestleMania.
not.
You're not gonna let Bianca lose her WrestleMania winning
Her streak. Nope.
So, and Naomi's back. You're not gonna let her lose on her first week back, first month, whatever it is. Dakota Kai, of course, is injured. I get it. I haven't seen her wrestle in a while. So, chick kicks for all three of them throughout the night. Asuka and Kairi Sane. I just want to see Kairi Sane do the elbow on somebody that night. Pointy elbow night. Let's go.
Oh, gosh.
And then Bianca. Jade Cargill wins. Jade Cargill gets the pin.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that too.
Yeah.
Because, she's got to, because this is her debut. Well, not really her debut, but because Royal Rumble was her debut. But in this new faction, this is her debut.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. I bet she's going to, I say she's going to be in there, the longest out of everybody. They're going to have her stay in there more than Bianca and Naomi. Because they want to probably showcase her talent. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good match.
Most definitely. Latino World Order, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dom. At Crown Jewel in November 2023, Rey Mysterio lost the United States Championship to Logan Paul after his LWO stablemate Santos Escobar left Paul's signature brass knuckles on the ring apron, allowing Paul to hit Rey with them and win the title. On the following episode of SmackDown, fellow LWO member Carlito accused Escobar of intentionally leaving the brass knuckles on the ring apron. Later that night, Escobar attacked Rey as he was checking on Carlito, injuring his left knee and striking with the steel steps, turning heel and defecting from the LWO. After a 3-month hiatus, Rey returned on the March 1st episode of SmackDown to help Carlito defeat Escobar in a street fight. 3 weeks later, Escobar defeated Rey after interference from the latter's son, Dirty Dom, who had turned on his father at Clash of the Castle in September 2022 to join the Judgment Day. 1 week later, Escobar and his Legado del Fantasma stablemate thanked Dominic for his actions. Rey interrupted, introduced new LWO member Dragon Lee, with Rey and Lee challenging Escobar and Dominic to a tag team match at WrestleMania 40. Did you see Carlito's face on that one?
Yes.
I don't think they like the fact that Dragon Lee joined the LWO, or that, why couldn't you pick me?
Yeah. I think they're all okay with, him being in LWO. But yeah, I think he was upset that he didn't get chosen. Because I think he would have rather have wanted to be in it, because he's got beef with both of them.
And it's WrestleMania.
So, yeah.
But he did say, with the newest member of the LWO.
Right.
And everybody's all like, oh, we have a new member?
Yeah.
So when he introduced Dragon Lee, camera focused in on Carlito's face, looking at Santos. He was like, okay. As if, or I think it was Dominic, one of them, as if to say you were right. So, funny thing here is that Dom is hanging out with Legado on SmackDown. Which they all went to Raw and hung out with Dom, and then everybody from the Judgment Day are like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
So I posted on Twitter, when my work family meets my street family.
Oh.
Like, wait, what? Like, yeah, work family, the Judgment Day, street fam. The Legado del Fantasma, when freaking Escobar is just like, "Oh, they Holmes, what's up? What's happening?" It's like, are you serious? Y'all made him change his accent too?
Well,
Okay, and now here's the question: where does Almas get in this? Andrade.
I don't know.
Is Dominic trying to recruit Andrade to go to Judgment Day, or
Oh
is he
yeah.
trying to start his own faction
No.
so he can take him to the Legado?
No. Well, on Raw, they Andrade actually was there because he's on Raw.
Yeah.
So Dominic's like, the whole Ricochet problem. He's like, I got somebody to take care of our problem. And Andrade walks in and they're like, what's going on? He goes, yeah, if you could take care of our Ricochet problem, you'll be the newest member, a full-fledged member of Judgment Day. Nobody agreed to that.
Nobody agreed to that.
And they're like, excuse me? Of course, JD was like, how's he going to be a new member? When he just became the newest member. So I think if something happens with Judgment Day, I think they're going to put Dom and Andrade together.
Love it already. Yeah.
Because that's the first person that, he like not clung to, but, really got together with. Andrade came and Dom was like, oh, hey, blah, 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 So, which is funny because remember,
we had them a few months ago.
Charlotte's like, I have
Daddy back home.
Yep, I have a real puppy. Yeah. So I'm like, that's going to be interesting.
When the whole thing with they become tag partners and
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley and Charlotte come back. Oh, that's how Charlotte comes back.
You think so?
That's how Charlotte comes back.
Okay. It's getting good.
They're cooking.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wins here?
Let's see. I think it's going to be Santos and Dominic. I don't like this, but I don't think they're going to let Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, because remember last year Rey Mysterio won against Dom. So I think it's Dom's turn. I hate it, but I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be Santos and Dom.
I want to know what they're going to wear. Because that is crazy, that what they did last year. And then Ray and Dragon Lee are going to have new masks. It's in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
So if he doesn't come out to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with some kind of king stuff and prince stuff, then yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing though. It's, I don't know. There's just did you notice that Dom was like, who's gonna be this one, the non-Latino?
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh no,
because I had to look.
Ruined it,
Yeah, he just ruined that part for DJ Zima, DJ Zion, whatever his name was. DJ Z. No, his parents are Filipinos.
I know. I think it's
he gets a
Joaquin.
pass.
Is that Joaquin?
Joaquin.
Joaquin Wild, yeah.
Yeah, his parents are Filipinos. They get a
Yeah,
pass.
I know.
They're okay.
But yeah, I mean, he looks like it. So unless you looked him up, you wouldn't know that that he was.
I looked him up. I remember him being with the bros, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I never thought of him as a Latino, and now I'm just like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, Santos and Dirty Dom will get the win.
Mm-hmm.
think it's gonna be because Carlito does something. I know it. Carlito's gonna do something. Backstabber, and he's good as a heel.
Is he?
Yeah, Carlito's
Okay.
very good as a heel.
Okay.
So here comes Santos saying like, Dominic, you were right. I should have listened to you.
Yeah.
And then Carlito's gonna be like, you guys were right about Ray. Ray is a fucking bad guy here. Ray's the one that's like fucks up.
Yeah.
Like, trust your people. Don't trust somebody else from the outside. Don't get
Yeah.
somebody else from the outside. Get your own family right there where they're at. And then a whole LWO thing where it's just gonna be like every new person that comes in, somebody else gonna like defect.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dom. I get what Dom wins this. The main event of that night. Hopefully, it's not the main event. Hopefully, we get something else because, like, I'd rather see this first than anything else. The Bloodline or The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. If Rhodes and Rollins wins, all members of the Bloodline will be barred from ringside during the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match on night 2. If Rock and Reigns wins, the championship match on night 2 will be held under Bloodline rules. Oh, this is going to be a doozy. After Cody Rhodes made his return to WWE at WrestleMania 38 in April 2022, he declared he would finish his story. Fuck his story. By winning the WWE Championship at the title his father, Dusty Rhodes, never held. Also at WrestleMania 38. We're talking about WrestleMania 38 here. Man, this is cinematic. Also at WrestleMania 38, Roman Reigns became the undisputed WWE Universal Champion by retaining the WWE Universal Championship and winning the WWE Championship after Rhodes won the 2023 Royal Rumble match but failed to defeat Reigns for the undisputed title at WrestleMania 39. Rhodes again won the Royal Rumble match in 2024. With the introduction of the World Heavyweight Championship after WrestleMania 39, Rhodes, who won the Royal Rumble as a member of the Raw roster in turn, received a choice of which world title to challenge for at WrestleMania 40. During the Royal Rumble post-event press conference, Rhodes stated that he wanted to face Reigns again for the SmackDown Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. But on the January 29th episode of Raw, Seth Rollins argued that Rhodes should instead challenge him for Raw's World Heavyweight Championship. On that week's SmackDown, Rhodes announced that he would not challenge Reigns at WrestleMania and said that one of the individuals who took counsel from in making his decision knew Reigns very well. He brought out The Rock, who came face-to-face with Reigns. Prior to the Royal Rumble at Raw, Day 1 on January 1st, The Rock made a surprise appearance, seemingly called out Reigns by asking if he should sit at the head of the table. I thought he meant, the TKO table, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
The board table. A reference to the relationship through the Anoa'i family, as for over 3 years, Reigns had claimed he was the head of the table and tribal chief of the Bloodline, a faction of wrestlers from the family that include Reigns and his cousin Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, managed by Paul Heyman. After Rock and Reigns came to face-to-face on the February 2 episode of SmackDown, a WrestleMania 40 kickoff media event was held on February 8th, where the two declared that they would face each other for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship in the main event of WrestleMania 40. However, Rhodes appeared and asserted that this is bullshit, and asserted that since he won the Royal Rumble, what is it, Cody? This is bullshit. He earned the right to decide the main event and announced that he had reversed his decision and would challenge Reigns for the title at WrestleMania. I want my title back. Yeah, Cody crybabies. Good Lord. After bringing up each other's families, Rock claimed that he and Rhodes had issues, and he slapped Rhodes in the face with Rollins backing Rhodes. On the following SmackDown, WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H affirmed that the main event of WrestleMania 40 Night 2 would be Reigns defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Rhodes. After Rhodes had initially declared that he would not challenge Reigns at WrestleMania, with Rock seemingly challenging Reigns instead, this drew intense fans' backlash, with "We Want Cody" trending on social media prior to the kickoff event. The Yes Movement for 2024, 10 years later, basically. On the February 12th episode of Raw, Rhodes claimed that it was because of the fans that he reversed his decision and decided to change Reigns. Seth interrupted and stated that he understood Rhodes' decision and offered to be his backup due to Reigns always having his family in his corner. In response on that week's SmackDown, The Rock turned heel, officially joined the Bloodline, and vowed that he would do everything in his power to ensure Rhodes did not finish his story. At Elimination Chamber, Perth, on February 24th, Rhodes challenged Rock to a one-on-one match at any time, and Rollins again asserted that he would be in Rhodes' corner in facing Bloodline. On the following SmackDown, Rock rejected Rhodes' challenge and instead offered a counter, a tag team match featuring Rhodes and Rollins against Rock and Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 40 Night 1, with an added stipulation that if Rhodes and Rollins won, then the Bloodline would be barred from ringside during the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship match on Night 2. However, if Rock and Reigns won, then the championship match would be contested under the Bloodline rule, in which anything goes. Rhodes and Rollins appeared on the next week's episode where they accepted the challenge. Additionally, due to Rock's position on the TKA board of directors, he claimed that the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship match would be a last chance match where if Rhodes did not win, he would never be able to challenge for the title again. And he also threatened that he would make Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship disappear. These claims, however, have not been officiated by WWE, so they don't mean shit. So, it's true. They don't mean anything. Triple H is probably just like, whatever, dude.
Yeah. He's just trying to throw his weight around,
Cody and Seth Rollins. We make it a clean fight the next night, or Rock and Roman.
I say, I don't know. I'm so torn. Nope. I'm going to say Bloodline. Bloodline rules. Yep.
Okay, so Bloodline rules the next night.
Yep.
And Cody Rhodes and Seth lose due to the Bloodline. The Rock. I mean, the Bloodline barred from this match?
No.
No? So
no,
that means
I
like
say,
anything goes.
Yeah.
And they all come in and fight.
Yep.
They make sure to do that. Okay.
Yep.
I say Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins win.
Okay.
And then the next night, they have a
fair fight. Okay. I mean, to be honest, I could go either way, but I'm going to stick to my decision. And I say it's Roman and Rock wins on night one. And it's Bloodline rules, yeah.
Okay, so we have a fair fight. So you think there's a Bloodline rules on the next night? The next night, I say it's a fair fight the next match.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody turning on anybody here?
I don't want to go with the rumors. The rumors are that,
Seth is going to turn on Cody?
Turns on him, and, Roman's
really?
yeah. That's what rumors are. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to believe the rumors. I think Seth is going to have his back 100%. And I think
haven't heard
The
that.
Rock, yeah. Who was it?
My rumor is that The Rock turns on Roman.
You think so?
The rumor on Twitter is that Roman turns on The Rock. And I'm thinking The Rock turns on Roman.
Yeah.
And it was the entire time, the whole thing why he's pointing up to the sky into the L, and that's why he turns. And him taking orders from Roman, he doesn't do that. But your family, I'll do it anyway.
Right.
And his ego just getting too much, where we see The Rock turn on Roman, but Roman is the one that turns face.
Oh, okay.
And then the next night we have a Bloodline rules match, but The Rock comes out to try to interfere. And then the next year we do have WrestleMania 41, The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Roman is the good guy in there.
Well, because they kept saying that, because I saw that too, that it could be that The Rock, when he was talking about, I'll make sure that you come up as loser.
Hey.
They said that he was looking at Roman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, he was looking at Roman, and then and then he kind of pointed. He made it look like he moved his point from Roman to to Cody. So I'm like, I don't know.
Cinematic.
Eva, don't make me do this.
Cinematic. They're all like telling us different things. Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing as when Bray Wyatt was doing his QR codes and everything. It's like, oh shit, what does it mean?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
We're back here with the whole, what is The Rock trying to say here? Well, nothing.
Yeah.
With you. Monday night where they do the whole thing where he beats up Cody Rhodes and makes him bleed with with your mama's belt and everything. He's gonna hand his mom that belt.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, that was night one. I can't believe we're barely done with night one.
No.
I'm calling her now. It's gonna be a 2-hour show.
Yeah. Well, we're at 140 right now, so
140.
yeah.
Hey, it's Evo. We're going to get back to the episode you're listening to, but first, let me tell you about Dark Fate Creations. Dark Fate Creations are candles that are vibrant, colorful, marble tops, amazing, mouth-watering fragrances, fueled by lovely braided cotton wicks. Paper threads woven into every cotton wick for a clean, romantic, slow, and consistent burn. Each candle is unique from the next as they are hand-mixed and hand-poured right in Grass Valley, California. They use only coconut and soy waxes for a safer, cleaner, and longer burn time. That's almost 72 hours. That's like binging on all 130 episodes of the podcast. All fragrance blends have been heavily researched. Dark Fate Creations not only care about the look, fragrance, and quality of their candles and their other products, but also the effects they have in their customers' homes. So go to darkfatecreations.com. The link will be in the show notes. Night 2, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Ross, Drew McIntyre won the men's
Elimination Chamber
to face Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. For night 2 on the March 25th episode of Raw, it was announced that CM Punk had issues with both Rollins and McIntyre had gotten legitimately injured at the Royal Rumble, would serve as a special guest commentator for the World Heavyweight Championship match.
I just saw, because on Raw they showed a little promo of Drew, and it actually shows kind of like when it happened, and I didn't see that before.
Oh yeah.
I thought maybe it was when he went like over the rope.
For sure.
When he got thrown over the rope, but it was showing that Drew did the Future Shock DDT, and when he went down, he landed kind of weird on his elbow.
Yeah.
So I think that's when he landed is when it happened. But I didn't notice, before that CM Punk was, like touching his arm at all until after the Royal Rumble was over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, ooh, I don't know. But, we'll see what happens. But Drew is talking mad crap. You know what I mean? I like it though. I like him.
I would say Seth wins.
Yeah.
CM Punk is involved.
Ooh.
And then who comes out? It's WrestleMania already. Come on, Damien.
Yes. I think he is, because he had said that he couldn't cash in until Seth was medically cleared. So that's why he hadn't cashed in before. You know, because I would think he would try to like cash in on Gunther because Seth wasn't cleared. But then I was like, no, he wants the big prize. So yeah, I think whoever wins on Sunday, I think Damian is going to cash in. It would be the perfect opportunity.
He would do that. Or do what Dolph Ziggler did and do it on the next night, Raw after WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it has to happen on Sunday night or Monday night.
Yeah. Unless you think he'd do it in France.
No, do it now. What do you? Oh my goodness. He's sleeping on it. I guess I can't. He has to.
I think if he's gonna cash in, it's gonna be at WrestleMania. I don't think he would wait till Monday.
Okay.
I think Damian is gonna cash in on Sunday.
One of those nights. Next.
Oh, well, actually, he could do it Saturday too.
Saturday also, when everybody's all on the floor. Yes. Either Roman or Seth. And then you hear the Judgment Day, and he comes out and cashes in, and he tries to go for Roman, but can't do it, so he goes for Seth. And then what? A triple threat match, or?
Oh no! I'd say he loses it. You know, he tries to cash in on one of them as they're in the ring, and they beat him. So
they beat him just like they did with Austin Theory.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Next match, Io Sky versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. At SummerSlam in July 2022, Bayley made her return from injury alongside Dakota Kai and Io Sky, with the trio dubbing themselves Damage Control. Kyrie Sane, who returned to WWE in November 2023, and who had previous issues with Bayley before her departure, forgave Bayley and joined with Damage Control, followed by Asuka joining the group, subsequently reuniting the Kabuki Warriors in the process. The group would attain success on SmackDown, including multiple WWE Women's Tag Team Championship reigns, as well as Sky winning the WWE Women's Championship. Bayley then won the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble match, thus earning a Women's Championship match of her choice at WrestleMania 40. Bayley had previously said that she would be going after Raw Women's Champion, so the Damage Control would hold all the women's titles of Raw and SmackDown. However, on the February 2nd episode of SmackDown, after Bayley overheard Sky, Asuka, and Sane talking behind her back, Bayley revealed she understood Japanese and how they made fun of her. Bayley was then kicked out of Damage Control after Asuka and Sane attacked her, turning face for the first time since 2019. After fighting off the rest of Damage Control, Bayley decided that she would challenge Sky for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 40. Dakota Kai was absent from when Sky, Asuka, and Sane turned on Bayley, and although she seemingly sided with Bayley on the next week, Kai also turned on her on the March 1st episode. Bayley wins.
Yep.
We get Bayley. Bayley with the belt. And everybody's saying, Izzy's coming back. No, come on. Nobody wants Izzy. Nobody wants that girl.
Izzy? Who's Izzy?
Izzy was this Bayley fan from NXT. She was this little girl that would always sit in the front row and have her gear be her, like, little version of Bayley, like every time, like have smiles and everything. Sasha Banks came out one time against Bayley. She grabbed one of Izzy's signs, ripped it right in front of her, and made Izzy cry. This was like freaking 6-7 years ago when Bayley was
I heard about that, but I just didn't know the little girl's name.
Yeah, she was like this little kid back then. Now she's like a wrestler. She's been training and stuff. So she's like 19 or 20, 18 or 19. So she's ready for the big time, I guess. So everybody's thinking that Izzy might come back to help Bayley. Here we are, like months later, and with Bianca Belair Naomi and Jade Cargill helping Bailey out somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'm choosing Bailey for this match.
Yeah.
Obviously, like she wins. There's no way. Yeah, yeah, I love that. Dakota Kai tries to come in to interfere, but she can't. She doesn't get the job done. And then they kick Dakota Kai out of the group.
Yeah. Because you know what, I don't know. I don't see Dakota Kai staying in that group whether she's kicked out or she leaves. Because she's not that great of a wrestler. I think she's not that great of a wrestler. So she needs somebody.
Oh,
it's pretty much the haluva kick.
It is.
You know, the girl version, I guess you could say.
Girl version of haluva kick, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see her staying. Because I think you're right. I think they're going to turn on her, kick her out. Because she's going to mess around and cause them to lose. And she's going to do that one too many times. And they're going to be like, you know what? You're out of here.
Yeah, the Kabuki Warriors and Dakota. No,
Yep.
Look right. Next match, LA Knight versus AJ Styles, I guess. Okay.
That's a good one. I think, you know what? I think that's going to be a good one, too.
Is it? Okay. On December 15th, 2022 episode of SmackDown, AJ Styles made a return from injury and helped LA Knight in fending off the Bloodline, but then turned on Knight and attacked him with a steel chair. Styles later explained that he attacked Knight for taking his spot in a tag team match at Fastlane in October 2023, saying he stepped over his dead body to get ahead. Really? Don't remember that. But then participated in a fatal four-way match for the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble in January 2024, but were unsuccessful. Knight then qualified for the Men's Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber Perth following month, but Styles did not. During the match itself, Styles snuck into the chamber and attacked Knight with a steel chair, causing Knight to be eliminated. After more weeks of feeding, Knight challenged Styles to a match at WrestleMania 40, and Styles accepted. I feel like it's the only one where it's just like, this is a new storyline brooding. This is fresh. This is a fresh storyline. It's like everything else, like, oh shit, I can't wait for this end. I can't wait for this end. This one's more like, oh, this is fresh. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it's going to happen after. And it's been brewing since October last year.
Yeah.
So, I probably going to end by SummerSlam or something. But
because remember, AJ Styles got injured by the Bloodline, and then LA Knight immediately stepped up. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You stepped over my dead body. But the whole thing, I'm not one for going to people's houses. I just think that's just a little too much.
Oh my goodness, going into people's houses. Yeah, that's the favorite segment of all time.
Yes.
It's the first time I'm ever seeing Wendy, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
It's like every time Samoa Joe has mentioned her, and then we finally see her, and I'm just like, was that Wendy? Wait, that's Wendy?
Yeah.
Like, okay. I was expecting something else, but all right. Hi, Wendy.
Nope, she's a plain Jane.
It's a plain Jane.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing with the body cam from the cops, that was great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is. I said, I'm not for going to people's houses. When you actually show up, I'm like, I can't. I can't. That's just a little too personal. You could talk about it in a storyline, but actually showing up at their houses, that's a little too stalkerish for me.
You've never seen Triple H show up at Randy Orton's house?
Huh?
No?
Well, when I was watching, when I wasn't watching, that happened. But so let's see, Seth Rollins went to Edge's house, got into the house, you know.
Did he? Yeah, he did. And
Yeah.
then what's his face? Who was it that went to Johnny Gargano's house?
Oh my God.
Freaking.
Oh, it was
What's his face?
Ciampa. I think it was Ciampa went to
No.
Johnny Gargano's house. Maybe it's the
Miz.
other way around.
Miz?
Oh, was it Miz?
Was it Miz or was it? No, it was what's his face from Down Under?
No, it was the
Jason
other.
Waller.
Was it Grayson Waller?
Grayson Waller, yeah. It was Grayson Waller attacked him and what's her name was holding on to Star-Lord. What's his name? Well, was he was holding on? She was holding on to Quill.
Okay.
He's all crying in the background. I'm like, oh my God, are you guys serious about this?
Yeah, that's all. I'm sorry. I know they're wrestlers. I'm like, I just think that's just too much. That's pushing it too far. But that's just me.
In a few weeks, I'm going to put in an episode of people going into others' houses. Top moments, favorite moments when wrestlers showed up at other people's houses. Oh, goodness. All right. Next one. Did we say who was winning this one? LA Knight?
Yeah.
LA Knight or AJ? AJ?
I think AJ.
LA Knight.
I think AJ. Yeah. No, I think AJ. Oh, I'm gonna say AJ. Yeah.
He's lost so many matches already. Yeah, okay. I can see for the sake of the story to keep going. Like LA needs to redemption and stuff. AJ. Let's go with AJ.
Yeah, I'm going AJ.
I don't like the fact that LA's been losing a lot of matches, and it's against AJ. AJ would either way, but if we're going by whoever's winning the main event, AJ's the next one to step up.
Yeah.
Or LA. These two would make a great main event.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree.
Next match you're going to hate. I know that. Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Triple threat match for the United States Championship. At the Royal Rumble, Logan Paul defeated Kevin Owens by DQ to retain the SmackDown United States Championship. Paul had attempted to use his signature brass knuckles, but Owens instead used them and was caught, thus was disqualified. At the Royal Rumble, Logan Paul defeated Kevin Owens by DQ to retain SmackDown United States Championship. Paul had attempted to use his signature brass knuckles, but Owens instead used them and was caught, thus was disqualified. The following month at Elimination Chamber Perth, Paul Owens and Randy Orton were participants in the men's Elimination Chamber match. Orton eliminated both Owens and Paul, who in turn caused Orton to be eliminated by punching him with the brass knuckles. On the March 8th episode of SmackDown, Paul and his business partner KSI announced that their energy drink company, Prime, would be an official WWE sponsor with the Prime logo plate in the center of the ring for pay-per-view and live streaming events. In turn, becoming WWE's first center ring match sponsor. Orton interrupted and attempted an RKO on Paul, but Paul escaped with KSI instead receiving the RKO. The following week, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis announced that Paul would defend the United States Championship against Owens and Orton in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 40. So, who do you have?
Randy Orton.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you have?
Oh boy, they did not just get into a sponsorship with freaking Prime just for Logan Paul to lose.
I know, but I am putting it out in the universe. Randy Orton is going to get the win, but they are going to light Logan Paul up for sure.
That's true.
Yep, they're going to light him.
It's a triple threat match for a reason.
Right.
Because one of them is going to take the pin, and it's not Logan Paul. And it's not going to be Logan Paul taking the pin on Randy Orton.
No.
It's going to be Logan Paul either pinning Kevin Owens or Randy Orton pinning Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I don't see Kevin Owens. I don't see Kevin Owens winning this match at all. It's like the same thing with Sami Zayn. Like, you guys had your freaking moment last year. We're going to give this moment to someone else. Who did Logan Paul face last year? I forgot. I'm already about stuff Logan Paul did.
Wasn't it Ricochet?
Was it Seth Rollins?
Let me see.
It was Seth Rollins. It was Seth Rollins.
Was it Seth? Okay.
Yeah. He lost.
Right.
I say Logan Paul gets his WrestleMania moment here. He wins. He pins Kevin Owens. We move on to other premium live events with Prime sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or you TKO. What do you rather see in the middle of the ring? Like Prime. I tasted Prime. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was going to be horrible, but no, it's not. But I'm going back to C4.
Yeah.
C4
Yeah.
because I put cheap drinks in it.
Yeah.
But like, if we were doing that, why didn't they put the C4 in the middle of the ring? Oh wait, never mind.
What?
C4.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that. Yeah. I got it. Yes, I got it.
Logan Paul, yeah, I get it. Okay. He's getting his fans to watch the show, and he's doing it. Logan Paul wins, but after getting beat up, of course. He takes some RKOs, but he pins Kevin Owens. But he defends it. He needs to defend that belt.
Yeah.
You said Randy Orton, I say Logan Paul.
Yeah.
This match was added this past weekend. The Pride, they named it the Pride. Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford with B-Fab versus the Final Testament, Karrion Kross, Akeem and Rezar with Scarlett and Paul Ellering in a 6-man Philadelphia street fight. Let's just call it what it is. It's an ECW street fight. At SmackDown, New Year's Revolution on January 5th, Karrion Kross, accompanied by Scarlett, attacked the Pride. Lashley, Dawkins, and Ford, with help from returning authors of Pain, Akeem and Rezar, accompanied by Paul Ellering with Kross and Scarlett, authors of Pain and Ellering, forming a faction called the Final Testament. The two groups would continue. Oh, I get the T now. Okay. The two groups would continue feuding over the next couple of months, and on the March 29th episode of SmackDown, the Final Testament cost the Street Profits Dawkins and Ford their tournament final match to qualify for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match at WrestleMania 40. On April 1st, a 6-man tag team Philadelphia street fight pitting the Final Testament against the Pride was confirmed for night 2. I just figured they needed somebody to like beat up on Lashley because he was doing all the beating up. He was, and we got Akeem and Rezar. Because those two against Lashley, like he had like trouble.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
dude, get off me! You're punching me real bad. Get away. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. I love that. It's called the Pride instead of calling it like the Hurt Business 2.0 or something.
Yeah. Well, I haven't even heard them call themselves the Pride, so I don't know where they got this from.
They got it from, I don't know, they said some online stuff that, WWE is going to call it has a copyright thing on the Pride, and immediately people thought Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford.
Oh, okay.
Like, it would make sense because
right.
Pride, Lion, all that stuff.
They're African kings, so it's the Pride.
Yes, kings with B-Fab. Final Testament.
Do something with her hair. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling the white braids or the red braids. Do something else. She's lame.
I mean, they got her from the other group,
I know.
but I'm just
Which,
like,
it's fine because now all these factions have a woman, which is fine because then if they could do like a mixed tag team,
yeah.
I'm cool with that. But I just don't like what they're doing with her hair. You know what I mean? Why does it have to be white? Or why does it have to be red?
Anyway, no, the braids are getting in the way.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you can't have a long braid because Bianca has it.
Right.
But like one braid, even one braid is like it's gonna like attack you and make you
Yeah.
bleed. BFAB braid, she's not wrestling, so it's good. I get it. It's like it's not getting in the way of her doing
Well,
anything.
even
She's
when
more of a
she did.
wrestler.
Yeah.
She's more of a wrestler than Scarlett is. Scarlett, I haven't seen her wrestle at all. So I get the whole thing with her being put on there and not having to wrestle. I'd rather her wrestle than Maxine Dupree.
No.
BFAB can actually wrestle. Maxine is like working on it though.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what are you guys doing to these girls? Make BFAB wrestle Maxine and see what happens there.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear a lot of ECW, of course, on this match. This is a match where everybody's gonna be like ECW, ECW.
Oh yeah.
Cables. If I don't hear a freaking 3D in here, AOP. Oh my God, AOP is gonna do some damage.
Yeah. Those are some big boys. They are.
Aiken and Razor. I'm like, them two alone. I don't think they need Karrion Kross, but them two alone
don't.
just take out all
You
three
know,
of them. Like even the NXT, I was like, why are you guys even there? Like, just get the belts already. Fine, win it, and then why are you guys even there? Go to the main roster. And on the main roster, it's like, what are you guys gonna do with them? Put them against Jinder Mahal's guys.
Yeah, that would be a good matchup. But that's the thing. They've got all these new tag teams, so they've got AOP, in this year. They're not really using them. And when they debuted, they had them against, some, local wrestlers.
The jobbers.
So you're like, really? Why are you doing that? Why don't you put them up against the tag teams that are there? Instead of bringing up, jobbers so that they can easily win. And I mean easily, like it took 2 minutes for them to win.
Put them up against the Creed brothers. Put them up against.
Yes. Put them against, put the newer tag teams together, against each other so we could see their skills.
Judgment Day. Who else? Regeneration X.
Yeah.
Awesome Truth. LWO, Legado, even
A-Town down,
board.
under.
A-Town down.
Yeah. Put, that's what they need to do. Instead of bringing up, I mean, yes, it gets those jobbers exposed, but come on, they're going to lose in 2 minutes. You've got, and they were like smaller than AOP. Why are you doing that?
Imagine Corbin and Breaker, Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker on the main roster. As soon as this is over with, go to the main roster with those two on the main roster.
Well, that's the thing. Braun Breaker is already on the main roster.
Yeah, and why haven't he
bring Corbin back up? You know what I mean?
Why isn't he on the WrestleMania card? Like,
I don't know.
Wait for him to like do spears. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna say anything bad about him because he's freaking amazing and everything. But yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, like I get it. Who we winning? Who's winning here?
The
fans?
I said the Pride. The fans, yeah.
The fans. Good Lord. Who's getting pinned? Karrion Kross? Because I don't see anybody beating Akeem and Razor.
Yeah.
Like, these two are big boys and meat on meat. Bobby Lashley. All right. The Pride, yeah. Showing how Bobby Lashley is strong. He is
Yeah.
a big boy. He's gonna bleed, I know it. I've seen
Yeah.
him. Like, his chest is getting bad. Finally, main event.
Yes.
Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns on this night, second night, will be 1,316 days as WWE
Yeah.
Universal Champion. He's coming in here as 1,316.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Match for the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship to be determined. Stipulation to be determined by the result of night one's main event. Who'd you say was going to win night one?
I said the Bloodline was going to win.
Bloodline rules?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so here, who do you think is going to win? Roman Reigns,
So,
Cody Rhodes, Bloodline rules.
So, to go back to your prediction on
Seth or
no,
Rock.
The Rock turning on Roman, I think if he did, it would be on night 2.
Night 2.
Yeah. Because if it's Bloodline rules, excuse me, then anything goes. So he could turn on Roman, help Cody win, and then just like walk out.
Walk out. Yeah.
Yep, they just walk out. That's my prediction. And then Damian Priest
cashes in on Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got he finished his story, but he couldn't give the belt to his mom. And then here comes Damian Priest, ruining the whole story. Nope, not tonight. Backed himself into a corner again. He did this in AEW. If I don't win the championship, then I'll never go for it again. The Rock said, if you don't win the championship, you are never going to go for it again.
Right.
And Triple H will probably be like, fuck you, you don't make the rules.
Yeah.
So
I'm
here,
the CCO, okay, not you.
Yeah, like you don't make the rules. So you're saying Cody wins?
Yeah.
So I said Cody and Seth wins, and it becomes a clean fight.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodline is barred from ringside. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Calling it Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns winning because the Bloodline is barred from ringside. But then you have all these other family members coming in that are like from Japan and all these other people that you didn't think were there. Jacob Fatu, you have the guys from the Gorilla of Destiny. We have Rikishi. You know, all these people are coming in, and they do the whole
I did this
thing
for The Rock.
Cody. You did this for The Rock. Oh my God! No! No! Oh man!
Sorry.
Rikishi comes back, beats Cody Rhodes.
Oh my gosh!
And then it's like, why'd you do it, Rikishi? I did it for The Rock. Again. Roman Reigns wins. And then...
I mean, I want Roman to win, but I just think that,
he's not going to do it by himself. There's going to be a little technicality here. Rock will probably come out and do some shit and where he does this. And then Roman Reigns wins. He raising the belt in the air. One of two things could happen. That's where Rock decides to, lay the smackdown due to saying we have a whole year to prepare for this. Cody Rhodes is obviously going to get another shot at the belt, probably SummerSlam. We're going to get all the way down to SummerSlam because Roman needs to have that belt and beat, what is he, top 3 now?
Yeah.
He's top 3. Okay. So we're good. We're good. Even if he loses a belt, like he's top 3, we're good. Like as long as he's not, Hulk Hogan's not around anymore. It's like, yeah. So he's fine. either one of two things happen. Rock turns on Roman, and we end the night with Rock holding the belt the whole year. We tease the whole year. Or option 2, which is from the Bray Wyatt documentary. Damn, I can't believe you didn't see it.
Just say it. Just say it.
Taylor Rotunda, Bo Dallas, comes in with his new costume that Bray Wyatt told his best friends, like, hey, can you do this for me? Right before he died, he made a new costume. At the end of the documentary, the little lantern comes on. It lights up again. Of course, it's April 1st, so I'm thinking it's like that's not true. The lantern comes on, and you see Uncle Howdy come out, like right there, like, and then Uncle Howdy comes in. So Roman Reigns wins. He gets the belt. He has the belt in the air. Blah blah blah. And then you see everything turns to black. The fireflies all light up, and then you see in the middle of the fucking Tron right there the lantern, and then you see Uncle Howdy, who's coming back to avenge Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
People that everybody heard him. Roman beat Bray Wyatt for the championship belt in like 2020.
Yes, that's how he got it.
And here we are now. Ninth inning. So we're doing the ninth inning right here.
Okay.
The whole story ends right here. Either Cody Rhodes wins or, we get that whole thing at the very end. And I'm going to love that. If that happens, I'm just going to be like, yes, it finally happened. My God, it's 2 nights of freaking shit. It starts at 11. So, what do we think of this? Are you excited for this show? Are you excited for this?
I'm super excited. I think this one, I'm most excited for because they've just built it up. And this is how WrestleMania is supposed to be.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a big build up, and I really think with TKO, that press conference really cemented that this is what it's supposed to be like. They had so much going on, and they've advertised the crap out of it. I just think I'm like, I can't wait. It hasn't come soon enough. You know what I mean? But like these 2 weeks have been crazy. I'm like, when is WrestleMania? It's not next week. It's this week. It's like,
weekend.
I know. And I'm like, it's took too long, but it's okay. I'm ready for it.
Are you looking for a new podcast? Or maybe you just love celebrity interviews and can't get enough of them? On the Tis Yourself podcast, the Todd, aka Rob Maschio from Scrubs, told me about his first time speaking to a group of surgeons.
And I was just like, listen, guys, when in doubt, the Todd's prescription for everything is less moaning, more boning.
Or you want to find out more about how Joe Exotic had such a vendetta against Carol Baskin when she had this to say about him.
Because I've never even spoken to Joe.
Find out all of this and more on the Tis Yourself podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
What happened last year? We were watching this live. We made new friends, obviously, on Tumblr Live. One of them being, I'm gonna call her Minnie.
Yeah.
And she now wants to be called as Dahlia. All right,
Dahlia,
Becca.
right.
Becca. I'm call her Becca. Since then, we've been going back and forth. She doesn't like the bloodline. She doesn't like to acknowledge him, basically. And I've been telling her,
I know.
acknowledge him,
Yes.
acknowledge him. Y'all heard her episode in the beginning of the year. Minnie Mommy Dancer. Yeah, that's probably her name. She changed her name since then. She goes by something else. But like she also said, we can call her by her full first name. I'm calling her Becca. She wants to be known as Dahlia now. We love her around here. We fucking she's one of my best friends. But she has to acknowledge the fact that Roman Reigns is the tribal chief, and she never has. Unfortunately, she was supposed to be on the show. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it. But we wish her the best. And I would have loved to. And I don't know. This could have been a 3-hour show with her on it. But I would have loved to have heard her about
Her predictions.
her predictions about Roman Reigns and what she thought of the entire show. And we would have been going back and forth on it because I know she wouldn't have picked Roman Reigns at all.
Oh, of course not.
So yeah, it's gonna be an awesome night. So since then, we've been going back and forth. We've been fighting about Roman Reigns, and that's what friends do. We fight all the time about wrestling, about other stuff. But her saying that she doesn't want Roman Reigns to ever win. So here we are, year 2. Let's see what this happens. And I know last year, like as soon as he won, we messaged each other and she hated it. Even going as far as the next night on Monday Night Raw when the whole thing with Brock Lesnar happened, like we told her, watch the episode and let us see your face. Like let us have a live reaction. We had a live reaction with her and she was just like, oh my God. It was the best thing ever. Wish I would have screen recorded it because it was the best thing ever that she ever did. Like she was traumatized after that whole thing. Of course, this year it's no different. We're gonna go ahead into it. I'm gonna message her after this and be like, "What do you think?" And hopefully, and I know as soon as WrestleMania is over, I'm gonna be like in her messages saying like, "I told you so." So I know she's gonna listen to this. I'm sorry, Beck, but it's true. I told you so. We love you, but I told you so.
Dahlia, you're still good with me. I know we don't acknowledge. You don't acknowledge him, but it's okay. I love you still. Everybody's allowed to have their opinions.
That is right. And that's a wrap for this episode. Once again, catch it this weekend. NXT at 11 a.m. Central, followed later for Night 1 of WrestleMania at 7 p.m. Central, and Night 2 on Sunday at 7 p.m. Central as well. I will be live tweeting the results and later posting them on the Instagram page. And later in the week, I'll bring you the epic episode 150. I can't. 150. WrestleMania.
I know.
WrestleMania 40 results. Where we will discuss what we thought of WrestleMania 40 and bring you all the happenings all week. Hall of Fame, Night 1 and 2, plus Easter eggs and highlights. And finally, Raw after WrestleMania as well. Are you excited for that? Are you going to be here for that as well?
Of course, if you want me to.
Of course. All right, we're gonna get that probably around Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
Either way, episode 150 is gonna be huge. Just like this one, like 2 hours long, but episode 150 is gonna definitely be huge.
Yes.
Before I forget, if you heard the show from its inception, then you heard the diabetes episodes. This month is the 3-year anniversary of when I was diagnosed with diabetes. Yes, I celebrate it every year since I got it in 2021. So to me, this is going to be Diabetes Awareness Month. I am celebrating. We're going to do lots of things on the socials, so watch out for that. And you can support by posting the hashtag Wrestling with Diabetes. I'll be posting on Twitter and the threads a little dancey dance on the TikTok. Doing that already. Let's go. Bringing awareness on Instagram. I'm going to try the best I can. So remember the hashtag Wrestling with Diabetes. As always, follow us on our socials to support us from Under the Apron on Instagram, the threads, YouTube, apron_stories on the Twitter. Follow me and join my live streams on TikTok at Evolution of a Geek, where you will also find me doing the unedited version of the podcast. Listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or any other audio media you can listen to the podcast on. More info in the links where you can listen or watch in the show notes. Don't forget to rate us and leave us a review. And if you feel you want to do a little bit more, support us on TikTok at Evolution of a Geek by subscribing, join the Followers Behavior Squad, and show up to the live stream to watch it, and I will shout you out at the end of every episode. Just like Menace Smiling. Here she is.
Hey!
Lily Linguini, Brandy, Turtle Boy Flores, Toasted Bagel, Moss Queen, Moonlight Dancer, hey Beck, Squirrely Bree, Kimmy, Feeling Free, Mary Brewster, Tender Surrender, Forever Jane, Cherry Q, Danielle 3706, Golden Snow White Jetly, Sandra Woodbury, Quick Draw, Forever Miss Dawn, Melinda Gonzalez 429, Purple Moose Crafting, Leanna, Princess in the Herb, Cloudy November. And if you want to get 20% off on adult toys, if you want adult toys during the month of April, hey, get 20% off on adult toys when you enter discount code EVO at pleasurepassport.shop. That's discount code EVO, pleasurepassport.shop. Link will be in the show notes. Thank you guys for supporting the podcast during the live TikTok. Join the TikTok live, subscribe or hang out and watch the live, and get your name shouted out. Check out the show notes for links to other podcast stories that you heard in this episode. Send us a message your favorite wrestling stories, questions, comments, ratings, or requests. And our email, it is from undertheapron@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, joining the live, and being a huge part of this wonderful community. We will continue to grow. We are still growing. 150 episodes, almost there. 10,000 downloads, almost at 11,000 already. Tell your friends about us. Let us know. Join us next time for more behind-the-scenes stories, movies, and TV show reviews when we come to you from Under the Apron. I'm Evo. That's Menace. We're proud of y'all. We love your faces. Menace, take us out.
Acknowledge the bloodline. Mwah.